Hi, I'm Cameron and welcome back to Cameron's Country. As I'm filming, it's currently the May bank holiday in the UK. This is absolutely one of my favourite times of year. We've got the green leaves back on the trees, there's blossom and flowers, and it's just a really joyous time to be out and about. We've had a bit of a mini heat wave the last few days, so it's hotting up. So I thought I'd discuss some ideas for country clothing during the warmer months. Obviously, a lot of country clothing is primarily orientated for winter. The tweed and wool is pretty warm. A lot of the season when people are out and about is during the winter months. So there's a lot of warm attire available. Nice field coats, flat caps, that kind of thing. So what would I recommend when it is just a bit warmer and sunnier? You want to stick with the classic country style. Well, first tip I would suggest is sticking with lighter colours. Lighter colours reflect the sun, so they reflect away more of the heat. You will keep a bit cooler. I personally like to keep long sleeve shirts on, even when it is warmer, just to protect my arms from the sun. So a nice classic tassel shirt is ideal for that. In terms of material, I'd highly recommend going for a material that's more breathable. I do have a more of a synthetically made tassel shirt, which looks good, but it's not breathable at all. I was out in it the other day when it was hot. That was actually when I was filming my Herald the Wake video, and I was really rather stuffy towards the end of that. Whereas with a actual cotton shirt or a similar material, you'll stay much cooler because it will allow a nice level of breathability. In terms of those materials, this shirt I'm currently wearing is a chauffeur tassel shirt. It's made of cotton and it's nice and breathable. Also, linen shirts are ideal. I'm not actually sure if you can get tassel shirts in linen. You can get some nice plain white ones that will work well, for example, with a waistcoat or other aspects of a more country orientated outfit. With trousers, I would say it's a similar rule as with the shirts. You want to go for something a bit lighter and more breathable. There are plenty of options available for that. And as with most of my sort of country style outfits, I like to stick with something a bit more traditional, whether it's a nice green as I'm wearing today, or maybe a brown as well. And a light shade of these colours will once again just keep you that bit cooler. If you are out and about, you probably do want to stick with a longer leg, unless it's really hot, because if you are in the long grass or working outdoors, having that protection is, at least for me, definitely preferable. It may seem a bit counterintuitive, but I'd also recommend, unless it's really, really hot, layering, wearing an undershirt, as this can provide sort of a wicking effect, which will draw away any sweat and help keep you cooler. If it's, say, heading on towards 30 degrees, you may want to avoid that, but if you're just busy outdoors when it's warmer, I think that is an excellent addition. It also means your shirt won't have to be washed everywhere, as you've got that extra layer of protection against sweat. So you won't have to do quite so many washes, which will just generally save on effort and cost. If you do want to look a bit smarter with your country style in the warmer months, then I would highly recommend incorporating a waistcoat. The reason why I recommend a waistcoat is it is cooler than the jacket, a bit more maneuverable and a bit more breathable as well. There are also plenty of material options. I am wearing a wool one today because it isn't too hot, but if you wanted to go for a lighter material, you could go for something like a linen, or a very lightweight wool will probably work well for you as well. If it is perhaps an even more formal event and you need to wear some sort of neckwear for it, then a cravat would be a fantastic option. Silk cravats look really nice and are very, very comfortable, but silk isn't a particularly breathable material because it's got quite a dense weave. So I'd recommend something like a cotton. Once again, I would suggest avoiding sort of the synthetic plastic fibres, as those are not as breathable. So you will get hotter in the warmer months wearing those. You could wear a tie, but the benefit of a cravat is you do have the open neck, so it's just a bit cooler in my opinion. When it is really sunny, I would definitely suggest to consider incorporating a hat into your outfit. I know I'm not wearing one today, but I was having a good hair day, so I wanted to let it flow. But hat is definitely ideal if you are out for a long period of time when it's sunny, or if you're doing an activity like I do, for example, golf. I think that just a simple baseball cap can be incorporated into more casual country style, especially if it's from a colour that fits in nicely with the rest of your outfit and has a sort of more natural palette. So like with the trousers, going for that green or brown, although I think a muted red, for example, can work nicely too. A more formal hat style, and this isn't something I've got too much experience of, would be some kind of straw hat, maybe a Panama hat, maybe a lightweight fedora. I don't have anything like that, but I reckon that would probably give you pretty good protection from the sun. Like I said, I'm the beneficiary of having long hair, so it does a very good job of keeping my neck cool. With English country style especially, the entire origin of the style is that it was practical for being outdoors, for working outdoors. So when it's hot, you keep that in mind. Stick with what's comfortable, stick with what works well for you. The rules aren't exact, so feel free to experiment. If you do want to keep it traditional, then there are lots of options, but if you want to bring in something completely different, then I say go for it. So there you go, just a few tips for country clothing for the warmer months of the year. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think there's anything I missed? Are there any particular recommendations that you have? I would love to hear about it because, well, I'll be wearing a lot of country clothing this summer, so I'll be needing them. If you did enjoy, please do consider subscribing. It'll be very much appreciated, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye for now.